Testing, 1, 2. All right, my name is Troy White. I'm a financial planner, financial manager, financial advisor, financial analyst, blah, blah, blah. The point I wanted to talk about today are issues surrounding financial planning, financial services, investing, and how race actually matters, and it is very much built into finance and investment. In fact, I'm not going to talk about how race matters. I'm just going to tell you why it matters for black people and how the situation got the way it is. And I might give some anecdotes to describe some of this. And I've got notes all around here. I might grab some notes. I'm standing up because when I talk, I like to move around. So that's what's up. So the reason I want to talk about it is because I look at a lot of articles and read a lot of books about race, and it always is about how bad black people are doing. And I see it completely differently because I know it differently. And being in the industry, I understand how it works. And I understand who is doing it. So that's going to lead into what I'm trying to get to. So let's look at the history a little bit. What's happening now in terms of investing is something that was not even available to all people, not just black, white, Hispanic, Asian. It didn't matter what you were. If you wasn't white, you're not going to get the information. You're not going to get the access to the ability to act on the information, even if you had it. What I mean, here's something to think about. In the past, I would say 99.9, probably 101%, if that's possible, of the people who worked in financial services were Caucasian people. And I don't consider it racism. I don't care about racism. That's irrelevant to me. But if 99.9% of them are Caucasian, they can only go to their natural market. Their natural market is Caucasian. They don't even know you. And we're talking about in the 50s, or 60s, 70s. You could pick a year. 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever year you want to pick. And then I'm going to tell you about how it is right now. So at whatever time you want to pick, it was a white guy. He's a financial advisor. Step back a few years, they called them stockbrokers, right? I used to be a stockbroker. Well, they are under a lot of stress and pressure to get somebody to invest some dollars in here. You was getting a commission back then. So if you didn't constantly get new people to bring in new money, you don't eat, and neither does the business. So they didn't have time to be nice to find African Americans who, well, maybe they can invest too, right? No, they don't got time for that. And then let me tell you one important thing. They only go to people with a bunch of money. So why would they come to a regular African American citizen? They know that the whole country is stepping on them and don't want them to eat. So why would me, as a Caucasian financial advisor, financial planner, stockbroker, whatever you called it in the past, and that's an important call too. I'll be back to it. All right. So think about that. Why would they want to come to you? You don't got no money. So that's not going to help them unless it's some sort of do-gooder that just wants to help the world. He's going to starve trying to help you. So right off the bat, there's no reason for him to go help you. Okay, like I said, 99.9% of the industry were Caucasian. All right, well, now 8% of the financial services industry is African American. 8%. But they still have the same pressure. They still have the same problem. They still need to eat. And go to an African American to try to get all your clients, you might starve. I did it once, trying to do it that way. I starved. Paid most of my money trying to help people that don't hardly want to help themselves. Well, think about it. If a financial advisor, if his job is set up in such a way that his compensation is based on finding someone with lots of money, then his pool of people to help has shrunk to this much. Because in America, it's like, what, 2% of people got lots of money. So what you find is, in the industry, everybody is chasing the same account. So what happens is, like they have a saying, they're all chasing after trying to kill the same elephant. Everybody wants the big giant account. So they chasing the same one. So you got a bunch of advisors going after this same account. That's not what my personal goal was. I don't care about that. So our system has the ability to help you regardless of the amount of money you have. But I'm not here to talk sales right now. I'm just telling you how the industry got the way it is. All right, so if African Americans were never introduced to investment information, then naturally you would be financially illiterate, right? You wouldn't know. As you know, people are just understanding what stocks and bonds and online investing and things are. And I've been working in this industry since before the dot-com bubble. So it's been very interesting to see the people who understand and the people who don't. The people who put a little bit at a time in and the people who don't. And it's based on their understanding, their knowledge, their literacy. They understand what must be done. And if there's no one available to bring you the information, you will never know what to do and you will never do it. That's what's been happening for 50 years or more, right? So 50 years, people have had the ability to invest on Wall Street. Nobody's there to help you, so how you gonna do it? You knew it was possible, right? We saw Eddie Murphy in a movie in Trading Places. You know, he was a bum. And then all he needed was a few tricks of the trade, and he could put his creativity into the mix, and we could bubble. But if Mortimer and whatever the other guy's name never placed that bet, Eddie Murphy would have still been a bum on the street. So what I'm saying, just like Eddie Murphy, if you get the information, we are the most creative people on the planet. It's proven. You know it. You can do better than they are. Right now, just on my platform alone, you don't even have to invest with us, but technology has given the ability for you to have access to better investments and better potential returns, better information, better planning, better advice from more people and from more sources than has ever in America or the planet. So you are in a better situation. You are in the exact same situation as Eddie Murphy when he was in Trading Places rolling around on a skateboard, but the information is beating down the door trying to get to you, trying to tell you. Remember, they cornered the market on pork bellies or something like that. I can tell you what that's all about. But that was just a theoretical thing. There's stuff out now that is way better. Investments to match you. So if you are a person who is investing in individual stocks, I'm going to just tell you now, that's going to get you nowhere. You'll feel proud. Oh, I own Starbucks. Oh, I own Apple. Oh, I own this stock and that stock and that stock. But what you're doing is you're just accumulating things. And when you get to the end of the road where your goal is, you're going to realize, let's say at retirement, you've got all these individual stocks, but those stocks don't know you. Those stocks are not working for you. Those stocks are companies doing their thing. So how does that company benefit you in retirement? How does it fit your financial plan? Do you have a financial plan? You should plan. He who fails to plan plans to fail. It's a plan for your ass. Failure is coming unless you plan for it. So anyway, excuse my language. Get back to the point at hand. So if there's no advisors in your community to bring information to you, you won't have the information. So if there's no advisor contact with you, you will be financially illiterate. If there's no advisor contact, then you're not going to be part of the circle of influence of that person, so you'll never get any of the key key information that might have trickled down to you. Let's say the advisor is, there's an advisor in this guy's family who, is advisor to these millionaires. Well, me as his cousin and his friend and his family member might be at a barbecue one day, and I might hear some things he talks about. And so those are tips. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to take advantage of those opportunities. I need to look into that. Those things he mentioned. Well, if you don't even have a finance professional in your sphere of influence at all, you're never going to hear any of this. This stuff is never going to enter your mind, and you're never going to have any chance to act on it. So that's one thing. Now, if you don't have the knowledge, you won't understand the investment vehicles. You won't understand about asset allocation, about what a portfolio is. You won't understand about any of the investment types, how money is made, how the difference between money and assets. Most people just, oh yeah, I just want to get rich. What's rich? What is it? Give me the number. I can get you there. I'm telling you, I can tell you exactly how to get there. What's the number? Rich is no number, man. That's not. What, do you think it's a bell that's going to go off when your bank account hits rich? No. Rich is achieving everything you want to do. So, okay, if I got a magic wand, bam, you could achieve all your financial goals right now. Do you have financial goals? Nope. Your financial goal is, I'm going to make all the money I can so I can buy all the shit I can. And then what's going to happen? You're going to be broke again. So that's how we do things, because the information has never been brought to us. What I'm proposing to you is that you start with what you want. I don't care how big it is. Pie in the sky, however big it is. It's a number. We can get to that. Tell me when you need that pie. I can show you how to get there. I didn't say I could drag you, push you, and make you get there. I could show you. I ain't say it's going to be easy. You might have to make a lot more than that. You make $1,000 a month now, you might have to make $40,000 to do what you was saying. $40,000 a month? Yeah, you might have to do that. Well, oh man, you're talking crazy. What make you think that's talking crazy? A lot of people make that. A lot of people make far more than that. It's because you don't have the vision to even think that it's possible. Nobody even told you that. Nobody even put that on your mind. We got the internet now. It's something coming. I'm going to start doing a lot of videos to tell you about what's happening. It's blockchain. Pencil it in. Write it down. Write it down. The blockchain is coming, and your ass could get blocked out. It's the fourth industrial revolution that will change the world. every business will be on the blockchain. Every kind of business that is now will exist on the blockchain, will be replaced on the blockchain. If you're not part of the blockchain, your ass is blocked out of the blockchain. I'll go into that more and tell you very detailed on how we're going to capitalize on that. But just that wasn't even my point. I'm gonna grab my notes so I can stay on point, so I can keep talking to you about what I meant to talk to you about. And so think, if we don't have contact with an advisor, we have no knowledge of the different investment vehicles that's out there, the ones that can make a difference for you, that can change your life from your children up. If we start with them, I'm telling you, the whole picture will be different. In fact, it's better. It's better than you think it is right now. Black people doing big things, baby. Telling you. All right, excuse me, going on. So if we don't have knowledge of those investment vehicles, then you don't have use of the investment vehicles. Obviously, if we don't have use of it, then we're not going to have any accumulation of wealth. If we don't take advantage of ways to build wealth, we will never have wealth. Many people, many African American people and other minority people do understand, and they do the actions that lead to wealth. It's not something that's out of the realm of possibility for us. Get that off your mind. All of that. They ain't gonna let us do it. They ain't gonna never let us have none. They ain't gonna have it open so where we can get in. There is no they. You are they. They is us. They is who. Whatever we want to do is what we can do. Anyway, back to this. So think about this. All right, if we don't have in contact with any finance professionals, we don't get the information. If we don't get the information, we don't have access to the investment vehicles to take action. If we don't take action, we don't build wealth. If we don't have wealth that we built, then okay, as an adult, I don't have any wealth. Then what's going to happen? Where is my kid? Once my kid is born with no wealth, right? So he starts from scratch, ground zero, flat. So think about a person like Trump. Did his kids start from ground zero? No. Did he start from ground zero? No. That's the same thing. I'm not trying to say you need to be like him, but the point is, pass something, give them a boost up. We trying to get up there, right? So what? We got to start from the bottom? Martin Luther King said, the mountaintop. So what? We're not going to help each other get up. We got to get to the next plateau. And what I'm trying to point out to you right now is the plateau we at right now is almost at the top. Believe me. Listen to me some more. Not necessarily today, but just constantly watch some of the videos, and I'll point you to some other people that turn you on to some information that you'll get to understand. Oh, we lightweight balling on this planet Earth in comparison to anybody else. Anybody else. White, black, I don't care. White, Asian, Indian, I don't care who you compare us to. We're balling. So understand. So those of you who are not, I want you to understand that you actually are. You're spending your wealth with the wrong people and the wrong way. We're going to harness that. We're going to get that going. All right, so if we starting from zero is poverty. So what you do by not investing before your kid is here and while your kid is young is you're putting your kid in poverty. I'm always hearing this. Oh, I'll do anything for my kids. I'll take a bullet for my kid. There ain't no bullets finna be coming at your kid. Where is it ever been that you could see the bullet coming and you jump in front of your kid? That's not going to happen. But you're willing to do that, right? Are you willing to study for your kid? Are you willing to forego that extra blunt for your kid? Are you willing to not buy that bottle of Hennessy for your kid? Are you willing to pay every month for your kid? That's the bullet I want you to take. That's the bullet I want you to take. But I want you to do the bullet I'm talking about is going to benefit your kid. It's going to benefit you too. Believe me. All right. So if African Americans are only 6 to 8% of the whole financial services industry, how would you get the information? That means that only 6% of us got access to someone who knows this information. Fortunately for us all, social media has come along. With social media, you know we on it. We're sharing information. We're getting better because of it too. So now, it don't matter if you have a financial person in your sphere. You got one right here on YouTube. Not just one, you got about 100 of them on YouTube. I could point you to about 4 or 5 top-notch people who know what they're talking about on here. You know, I'm not vouching or whatnot for what they sell, but the information is for real. It's the real deal. All right, so if we talk about our natural market as in any business, that's who you're selling to. You don't want to go sell to people who are not your natural market. I mean, you want their money, but why are you going to go chase them? Chase the people who are more likely to purchase your product, right? So if there is no natural market, if there's no advisors in your area, then we're gonna be skipped out. We're out of the whole deal. So since social media has changed this information sharing, I'm gonna let you in on the other thing that's happened is fintech. That's another word you need to write down. Fintech is financial technology, obviously, but it's kind of become a term all to itself, and that's like my big interest. This is what I'm onto. I'm a nerd on this topic. All the financial tools that can help the people I know, the people I care about. That's a big interest to me, and it has been for several years. And so, I hope I can get people to take advantage of all of the game that I've soaked up over this time. So information technology is now giving us the ability to leapfrog the wealth gap. So that's really why I'm talking about all of this, because the wealth gap is something that you may hear about a lot, and what that's referring to is the gap between what African Americans have and what Caucasian Americans have, basically. And I hate hearing about that. I hate it, because it's coming from a frame of reference that is just all ass backwards. It's wrong, and it's putting ourselves in an inferior position, as if this Caucasian lifestyle is something that we need to be striving towards. So I discount that all the way. The only wealth gap I'm concerned about is the gap between what you have now and what you want, because that's the only gap we need to fill right there. And by doing that, that other gap is going to get filled too. But because we're not in competition with no race or no nothing, we are in a journey to improve our lives and the lives of those to come behind us. So it's not just about you starting your child off from zero, because by being financially a good financial steward of your resources, the resources that God, the creator of all things, whatever you believe, has entrusted in you, the government, if that's your, the one who you bow down to, if the government has entrusted into you dollars, that's their dollar. It say it on the dollar. You can go use pesos, but nobody's going to accept it, right? So if you're over here and you're using their money, then we need to use their system. I said it earlier. I said it's not no they, right? We are they. So if you in my country, our country, using our dollars, this how it works. So what I'm showing you is how to accumulate these assets. There is no get rich quick stuff. Anybody who's trying to sell you on that is a liar. It's a lot of them. I'm always arguing with friends. No, they say we can make this money. They making this $20,000 a month doing futures trading. It's a lie, bro. It's a lie. Ain't no easy way. Ain't no easy way. But the system is there. It in a way, it's no shortcut. That's what it is, I should say. But when you understand e-commerce, how to start an online business, just being an entrepreneur in general, then and investing, and you take all the mystery out, you realize that, you know what? That ain't so hard. And then think about it. I'm in Oakland, California. This is the Bay Area, where Silicon Valley is. People come from all over the world. They come here and learn this technology and build companies that become billion-dollar corporations. And what bothers me is that, to a large extent, the African-American population that's right here are not taking advantage of the resources that's available to us. We sitting in a hot seat. When you compare us to the entire world, the world is actually looking at us for leadership. So what I'm trying to get to is we didn't get here on accident. It was not quite by design. It was no one's intent to hide this from us, because every company, every system, every government is run by individual human beings. So that's why the racism and all of that stuff, we ain't got time for that. Human beings are in our way. But what I'm saying is, now technology has given us the ability to leapfrog those human beings that stand in our way. So that's happening all over the globe. Those powers that be, that have been, didn't used to be. They still are, but they on their way out. So who gonna take over? I'm saying you could take over. I graduated high school in '86. When I graduated high school, it was like the Wild Wild West. And the soldiers that was in the Wild Wild West are the most creative entrepreneurs I've ever seen in my life. The most hardcore entrepreneurs you will ever see, that are willing to live and die for their business. What I'm saying is we take that same energy and put resources behind that industry. I didn't say dollars, I said resources, information resources, and channel that energy and that knowledge and that entrepreneurial wisdom and that natural entrepreneurial fire. And hey, let's put that into this .com. I bet you that you could build a Google, you could build a Facebook. Hey, as a matter of fact, if you built one, it's 42 million people. That's your natural market that will go there instead of to the other. We will buy from us. Make yours just as good as theirs. I don't want to come in your restaurant and you got sheets up for curtains, right? I'm not gonna come in there. If you got 4 or 5 different looking tables and 30 different looking chairs in here, you just slapped it together. I admire your go-getter about you, but I like nice stuff. I need my ambiance to look nice. So I'm holding you to the same standard I'm holding any business. I don't care who is running it. And that's because I know we can do that. I know we got the skills. We got every type of professional that we need in the African American community currently exists in the African American community. We can do anything and matter of fact, we are doing everything that everyone else everywhere is doing, and we're doing it a little better. We just need to have more of us doing it, more of us aware of it, and I see I'm off topic again. So, I'll talk more on this later. That's just a brief check-in for today. Thanks for listening.